One thing about these vinyl windows that I've forgotten is that when you get them, don't expect them to be in smooth operating condition like the ones I got. The single hung window just on the other side, that one was pretty difficult to open and shut. This one right behind me was nearly impossible, but with a lot of force I finally did get that one open. And the one that was on the front of the addition, that was completely jammed tight shut. I couldn't budge that one. So what I had to do, I had to take the windows apart, take the sashes out, and clean off all this excess plastic that I think is left over from when they took them out of the molds. It was just, it's just ridges of plastic stuck on there, and it's what's jamming everything up. So it was a lot of extra work. I don't understand why they don't have some kind of quality inspection before they send it out to their customers, because that can get kind of frustrating. I was about ready to send that one in the front back, but it took me 3 weeks to get these windows, and I didn't want to have to wait again. So it's just extra work you got to do in order to get them to operate. So that's just a little heads up. If you get vinyl windows, don't be surprised if they don't operate real smoothly. You might have to do some plastic trimming. It's like mixture is 3-to-1. 3 sifted sand to 1 Portland. And then I've just been mixing this by hand. What's that?
We'll check you out. Check out what's happening. Ooh, it looks nice. Is it on your nose?
For wall ties, I just use some metal strapping, pieces of metal strapping that I cut off. One place I was at, they're trying to sell me brick ties for $1 a piece. Well, I can get a 10-foot piece of metal strapping for $2, so there's no comparison at all. Sometimes you really got to watch what you're getting and where you're getting it from, because they really try to get you in some spots. I got to do one more piece of tar paper up there. This is doubled up tar paper, just like I do the stucco. And I got my boxes in for my lights out here. And we got one for outlet here. Had to run conduit back into the wall. But this wall's coming along pretty good. I'm closing in now to the end of the rock face construction. I've been putting more wall ties in there. I put them on every stud, and I've been putting them every 16 inches up the wall. And this last one, though, is probably with only a foot of the last wall ties are probably like right here, and I'm putting another row in just close to the top. Some of these bigger rocks, I want to make sure they hold in there. And this one, I got wedged in with nails. I'll probably just cement this one in place because I don't want to have to move it again. That's a pretty heavy one right there. And so is this one. I think I can roll this one out of the way to cement it in. And then I just got to fill in with some smaller rocks. Some of these bigger rocks, when I'm putting them up, I've been using an angle bracket, a 4-inch angle bracket underneath just to hold it. I'd screw the angle bracket into the wall so the rock will actually sit on part of that angle bracket. Because sometimes when you put these smaller rocks below it and the cement isn't set up good, you could pull the whole thing down. If you want to keep building, that's the way you do it. Otherwise, you have to wait until the cement is set up hard. But it's kind of nice to have extra support holding these rocks up. And I just gotta fit some more rocks in here, and like I said, I think I'm gonna cement this one right in place. I'm not even gonna try to move it again. It's too heavy. Some of these are well over 100 pounds. Too hard to move around when they're up that high. So getting close. I gotta fill in around this, and then when I get to the top, I get that spray can foam stuff, and I foam in all around the top of the rocks, and that kind of holds the rocks in there too. And then I'll put a coating of cement over the foam after that gets hard. That's the way I did the greenhouse when I put the rocks around the greenhouse. It works real good. Just to foam in some of these spots that you can't get cement in, just foam behind them. Got the last of the stones up now, and it's looking pretty good. I like that look of the stones with the logs and the squared timbers. Colors look pretty decent right now too. We were thinking about coating it with something to bring out the colors more, but I think it looks pretty good right now. I got a little bit of cement on the edge of some of those rocks I'll have to scrub off, but otherwise it's completed and it looks pretty good. Before I started the stones, I ran another course of cement blocks along the bottom because we're going to have a deck framing out here, and nobody's going to see the rocks below. And it saved a lot of time if I just filled that in with concrete blocks and some cement before I started the stone. And then the deck boards will be right up to the bottom where the stones start. Building a rock face wall like this is another one of those time-consuming, labor-intensive jobs. It's not very expensive though for the rocks and the cement. I think it cost me about $80 to do this. It just took a lot of time and labor. I think it took about a week, but it sure looks good when it's done. Not too many people do this anymore with the natural stone, just because it takes so much labor to do it. Nobody wants to pay to have it done. Not too many people want to go to all the work to do it themselves. But it's worth it in the end, I think. This will last the life of the house. It's not going anywhere. But I'm glad that it's finished now and I can go on to something else. So thanks for watching this episode, and I'll catch you in the next one.